So here we are again. It's time to look at more details that you missed in Demon Slayer with some facts thrown in. But before I continue, I must say, this is literally the best Demon Slayer episode of all time. Hands down, bar none. Hey guys, this is Kyle from Varistudiostv, the who's, what's, where's, when's, and tens of anime. And today, we'll be looking at 10 details and facts that you missed in Demon Slayer's latest episode, Never Give Up. As usual, I'll try to keep away from spoilers, but light spoiler warning. So without further ado, let's begin. Starting off our list at number 10, episode name, Never Give Up. So in this episode, it is based on the grim premise that everyone was being downed from the last episode, which was pretty quick. Zenitsu fell through a building while trying to save Tanjiro, Inosuke getting stabbed in the back, and Tengen got disarmed and laid to rest. But that doesn't dissuade Tanjiro. He still fights on no matter what the circumstances, one of his most notable traits. There is a side of him that always apologizes for many things that aren't his fault, and this is where Nezuko came in and let him know that it is definitely not his fault and he should continue pushing forward. On top of that, Studio Ufotable went all in the animation, showing they truly love the project just as much as the creator and us anime fans. I was blown away by the sheer amount of scenes that were fully animated through with great sakuga. I felt thoroughly satisfied and wanted this to continue. On that note, we saw where everyone put their all into their last attack. Tengen, Inosuke, and Zenitsu decided it was time to clap some demon cheeks. Can't believe I just said that. Putting their all into their final attack, as I said, but all in all, we love to see everyone do this. But they aren't out of the woods yet, and Gyutaro made sure of it. At our number 9, Tanjiro's similarities with Gyutaro. Since the moment Gyutaro showed up, many have cited his relationship with his little sister as being the same or similar to that of Tanjiro and Nezuko. However, with some major differences between them. In the case of the demon siblings, they are raging psychopaths. But this time, Tanjiro notices the similarities himself and would even comment if he and Nezuko were in the same position, more than likely the same thing would have happened. But this doesn't stop his resolve nonetheless, opting to slice off Gyutaro's neck as they don't value human life. And leaving him alive, many more humans would have died. At our number 8, the coolest guy in the room, Zenitsu strikes back. I'll never stop bashing those idiotic videos for criticizing Zenitsu as a character simply because they're so polarized in knowing exactly what a good character is. They all expect perfection and refuse to acknowledge extreme kindness, like in the case of Tanjiro, and extreme fear or cowardice, like in the case of Zenitsu, aren't well thought out characters like every other character. Yes, Zenitsu is annoying. However, when it comes time for him to rise to the occasion, he willingly puts his life on the line for his friends and for even strangers. This is one of those moments. Since he showed up within this fight, he's been one of the coolest guys on screen, and we love him for that. At our number 7, finally, Gyutaro lands a blow. One of Gyutaro's favorite moves is to stab the face or jaw of his opponents for obvious reasons, to ruin what he considers their perfect little face. He tried this move before with Tanjiro, but due to Tengen's quick thinking, he missed. But this time, he lands a solid blow. However, he wasn't expecting Tanjiro to retaliate, at least not with such a wound. One thing he didn't notice is that every single time he exchanged blows with Tanjiro, his speed, strength, and resolve were getting much better. So with that, Tanjiro held in place his sickle and would evenly land a blow against him as well. Way to go. At our number 6, changes from the manga. So there have been some changes or deviations from the manga in this episode. For one, when Tengen popped out to fight Gyutaro once more, it was Gyutaro who gave us some exposition on Tengen's ability, while in the manga, it basically had a narrator. Inosuke was seen laying on top of the building where he got stabbed in the manga, but in the anime, he was shown to have fallen to the ground. Zenitsu was covered in rubble, but in the manga, you can actually see his katana near him, unlike the anime where it's nowhere to be seen. It's also not implicitly stated in the anime that Tanjiro held Gyutaro's sickle in place when he got stabbed through the bottom of the mouth. Basically, the same technique that Kyojiro used to hold Akaza in place. And finally, within the manga, the entertainment district wasn't on fire, but in the anime, Studio Ufotable gave us some of the most realistic looking fire in all of anime history. Pretty cool, right? Halfway through our list at number 5, manga comparisons. So you know what comes right after anime exclusive scenes? Here are some manga comparisons from this episode for you to enjoy. At our number 4, Tengen's ability. This man is a Chad. Even after losing his hand, he still manages to get back up and continue fighting. Apparently, he has such good muscle control that he's able to restrict the beat of his heart to make it seem like he was dead. This not only fools his opponent, but slows down the poison circulating in his blood. Also, during the fight, much like how Tanjiro was getting used to the speed of the demon siblings, Tengen was also analyzing their moves, turning it into musical beats. Due to his extreme hearing, he can memorize these moves not only by sight, but by what he hears. Once the moveset is complete, he can basically dance to the beat of his opponent's moves and render them useless. This man is full of tricks. At our number 3, Tanjiro's Demon Slayer mark. So finally, we get to see the evolution of Tanjiro's Demon Slayer mark, looking much more closer to the one we saw in Daki's vision. I must say, it looks a bit more menacing than it did in the manga, and I am loving it. So just in case you need an explanation for the mark once more, centuries ago when the first Demon Slayers were formed, Demon Slayers of a higher caliber were all born with these marks across their face, and Tanjiro's mark seems to have been activated when he was battling the Hand Demon. This mark further increases their strength, speed, and reaction time, which greatly augments their ability to kill demons. At our number 2, Inosuke's ability. Don't worry guys, Inosuke wasn't left out in the plot armor either. But this wasn't some harebrained bullshit reason why he survived the stab from Gyutaro from the back. For one, due to him growing up in the mountains and eating God knows what, he developed a natural poison resistance and a very high resilience to new poisons as well. On top of that, due to his extreme flexibility, he was able to shift his internal organs. Now, you're probably saying that's still some kind of bullshit, and you're right. I really haven't said his next ability due to some manga spoilers, so I'm giving you another warning right now. There is a timestamp, so you can just click on to number 1 to skip this particular spoiler, but I'm going in right now. I've warned you. Inosuke's sense of touch goes beyond just sensing where everyone is. He could easily tell where Gyutaro was and made some countermeasures, but on top of that, he can also tell where on his body someone is looking. Have you ever walked in a dark forest and get that feeling of being watched? That's it, but in Inosuke's case, he can tell exactly where on his body someone is looking. This was also demonstrated in his battle with Lower Moon 1 Enmu, where Enmu couldn't get a reading on where Inosuke was looking because Inosuke already knew that Enmu would be aiming for his eyes and could sense where every single eye was aiming. He did the same with Gyutaro. The moment Gyutaro looked at him, Gyutaro would have picked out where he wanted to stab Inosuke, and thus Inosuke created a countermeasure, moving his heart. Sounds weird, moving your own heart. This guy's crazy. Alright, moving on. I bet you're really loving this video. Here's a great way that you can support us. Like, share, and subscribe to get notified of when we post new content. To actually get notified, click on that notification bell. Now back to the video. And at our number 1, Decapitated at last. Through the ups and downs, the peaks and lows, and the crazy intense animation, we finally get to see the end of this fight. Inosuke and Zenitsu take down Daki, and the Demon Slayer marked Tanjiro slices right through Gyutaro's neck. But we aren't out of the woods yet. Remember, Tanjiro and Tengen are both fatally poisoned, and unless Shinobu can arrive, I don't think there's much hope for them. So I'm keeping an open mind to see what happens. So that's our video for today, and we've come to the end. I'm really happy to know that you actually watch this video instead of like the 20 or 30 other videos that pop up on YouTube every day because of the Demon Slayer hype. Thank you so much for giving this video a chance. I haven't been excited for an arc in such a really long time, so it's really refreshing. But if you want to see more of my videos, here is a list on your screen. Now, I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. And thank you again for joining me. Peace out, V Nation. Stay safe out there.